Alright gamers, let's talk about Borderlands 4. And let's go ahead and talk about the marketing so far. Marketing isn't even subtle. The entire pitch is basically, yeah, Borderlands 3 was a mess. Please forgive us. We swear we're different now. Every trailer, every dev, every comment has the same vibe. We listened, we changed. We promise it won't be embarrassing this time, which is fine, but when a franchise has to beg you this hard, it means that trust is already broken, and that's just the elephant in the room here with Borderlands 3. It wasn't broken per se, but it broke the fans. The humor landed like a brick. The villains were, well, kind of like the Saturday morning cartoon villains you had when you were 6 years old. The loot rained down until nothing felt special. And the missions, well, to me, they just felt like chores padded with bad jokes. So when Gearbox says they've reworked the formula, it's because they have to. Borderlands 4 just can't be another one. It has to be the apology tour. And their first big apology here, structure. No more chopped up levels. Now you've got 4 massive open zones, seamless, full of weather shifts, random events, and actual reasons to wander around. It's a big swing, but here's the reality. A giant empty zone is still empty if nobody's there. Gearbox swears these worlds have secrets, dynamic encounters, and vault key fragments that unlock dungeons. It could work if exploration feels rewarding instead of a Ubisoft-style clutter system. And if you're going to make zones this big, you need a better way to get around. Enter the digital runner. Your personal summon anywhere ride that looks suspiciously like Destiny's Sparrow, adding in gliding, double jumps, climbing, and even a grappling hook. And suddenly Borderlands looks more like a modern shooter. It's a little derivative, sure, but at least they're borrowing from games that got movement right. Of course, the big maps won't matter if players mute the dialogue. The writing in 3 was a deal breaker for many fans. Gearbox insists they're dialing it back. More grounded story, a villain who's actually threatening, a fewer meme-filled side quests, and most telling sign of all, a claptrap volume slider. They didn't just acknowledge that he's annoying, they gave you a mute button. That's not a feature, that's an admission of guilt. Personally, me, I always love myself a little claptrap, but sometimes it just goes too far. But the writing isn't what keeps people grinding, the loot does. And in 3, loot was a joke. Legendaries were so common they lost all value. Gearbox says they're fixing it by rebalancing drop rates, so rare gear feels rare again. They've also shaken up manufacturers. Atlas and Hyperion are gone now, with Order and Atlas stepping in to be the new front runners that are on top of everything. Weapons can roll out with cross-manufacturer parts, meaning Franken guns with unique alt-fire modes can happen. Cool on paper, potentially a balancing nightmare in practice, but we'll see if Gearbox can pull this off. Gearbox also knows the little things matter. Missions and bosses are now replayable on demand, which is a huge win for farming. You get a robot companion, Echo 4, who handles scanning and hacking, so exploration doesn't turn into busy work. And then there's co-op, the backbone of the series. Difficulty is adjustable per player, and you can fast travel straight to teammates. Oh, and yes, full-time crossplay will be a thing. Basically, all of the things that should have been there years ago are finally here. But let's be honest, we're in a new decade of gaming here, so we're finally catching up in Borderlands 4. Which brings us to the end game, where looter shooters live or die. Borderlands 3's end game barely had a pulse, so now we're getting bringing Ultimate Vault Hunter mode back with tiered difficulty, a ranking system, and wildcard missions that remix enemies. Boss farming is instant using Iridium. I love it so far. It sounds like Gearbox put some serious upgrades into Borderlands 4, and I'm truly hoping for it. But if you've played any looter shooter game for the last decade, you know the pattern. Big promises, shaky delivery. Borderlands 4 drops September 12th for $69.99 on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and even the Switch 2 gets it October 3rd, but it's capped at a 30 FPS, so maybe hold out for reviews if you're going handheld. At least there's no early access nonsense. Everyone starts on the same day, so here's the bottom line. Borderlands 4 is a reputation pitch. Bigger worlds, better traversal, smarter loot, more serious writing, all designed to say forget Borderlands 3, remember the good times, and maybe it'll work. Maybe this is the Borderlands that finally feels like Borderlands again, or maybe it's just a slick marketing, paper-grabbing scheme and same old issues. Gearbox is desperate to win you back either way, and the question is, are you buying it? Please everybody leave your comments below. I really want to know what you think of this game so far with the little that we have, and if you're going to be buying it. I appreciate you guys. Stay gaming out there.